Pop a lock in my good fam. It's your girl Crystal, aka CurlieCrys, back with another video. And guys, today's video is also going to be a good one, and it's going to be on how to stretch your twist outs. Now, I get plenty of questions on how to stretch your twist out and still make it pop, look good, not lose that much definition, still have your volume, your shine, all that good stuff. So in today's video, we're going to be getting into how to make this turn into this, okay? So that's what today's video is all about. Now, of course, before we go ahead and get into that information, I'm gonna need to get into one more thing that we need to chat about, okay? If you have not already made up your mind to join the fam, aka subscribe, I'm gonna need for you to do one thing for your girl by the end of this video, okay? And that is to smash that button down below. Smash that button down below. Hit it like you mean it and join the CurlieCrys fam. Now, let's go ahead and hop right into today's video. The twist out that you guys see right here is most definitely a great one. Has bomb definition, like looks really good. It's like day 3 hair, or maybe day 2 or day 3. I'm not really sure. But the point is, the definition still looks good. However, it's a tad bit shrunken. And it's shrunken like this because I did not follow my proper nighttime routine. So also, if you need to know how to have the proper nighttime routine and what all that entails, watch this video right here. Now, with this twist out, it still looks good. So I want to stretch it and get a little bit more length out of it. So the things that you're going to be needing for this routine is, oh, and also let me add, we are not using any heat in today's video.
Thank God.
I do not like to use unnecessary heat on my hair. So this video is a heatless way to stretch your twist out. So what we're going to be using is some scrunchies. These are the just regular scrunchies, plastic band, plastic elastic. Wow, not plastic. Just the elastics, okay? You do not want the ones that have metal on them because metal has a higher chance of ripping your hair out. So just stay away from that and go ahead and get the ones that are all the way around elastic like this, okay? Then we're gonna need an oil. Now when you're deciding on your oil, get something that is lightweight because you don't wanna get a heavy oil that will weigh your hair down. You just want oil for this, just something so you can have something to glide, so your hair can glide on. Instead of it being rubbed against dry hands, you want some moisturized, oily hands, but not too much oil. We're gonna get into the right amounts and all that as well. So the oil that I'm gonna be using is the Glam Naturally Hair Oil. I just like this one because it is pretty lightweight. It's not too heavy or anything, and it does exactly what I need to do for this type of thing. So as y'all can see, the twist out, I just hate whenever my hair is like this short. I just feel so like I'm not using its full potential. Like we have a whole lot of potential here that we're not putting to use, okay? And that's bothersome to me. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh yeah, also one more thing. You want to take off any and all jewelry. This is also very important for this whenever you're manipulating your hair. Take off jewelry because jewelry can most definitely tug. So we're going to be splitting our hair into 4 sections. And of course you can do more sections depending on how thick your hair is. And I'm going to pin this on up, but of course I don't have my pins because I'm CurlieCrys and I would not be myself if I didn't forget my pins. So I got some clips and I'm just going to go ahead and clip this up. And you know, I'm already breaking one of my rules. I did not put any oil on my hands. So just put like a drop or 2 of oil on your fingers. You don't want to add additional oil because you already put oil on your hair when you styled. You just need a little bit of oil in this process for the reasons that I mentioned earlier. So now that I have oil on, I'm going to go in and basically just play with this section to stretch it out. Because if it's not stretched out already, you want to just gently play with it, tug on it, pull it down in the direction that you want it to fall. And you guys can already see we're getting more length. So you just want to go ahead and play with your hair just so you can pre-stretch it. And don't do too much to the ends because your ends is where your definition is and you want to keep that for sure. So now that we've gotten it pre-stretched, I'm going to go in with my first scrunchie and starting at the root, I'm going to go in and band. And this is called the banding method, by the way. here we go. And the way we're doing it is as you're pulling your hair, you're adding another band. So I'm pulling it down and I'm looping the band around, not adding another one, you're just looping it around. So this is gonna be the last time. Now I'm gonna loop it, pulling it down right there, and boom. And now I'm gonna go in with my second one, and I'm gonna leave a little bit of gap between where this one ended and this one started, and apply my second one, and start doing the exact same thing. And the whole point of this method, by you stretching your twist out, is when you take the bands out after they've been in for quite some time, your twist out is going to be stretched without using any heat. Alright, so we have one right here that is already stretched. So that's what we're going to be doing for the rest of the head. Now you want to leave the ends out a little bit because that's where your definition is. So you don't want to go all the way to the end because you'll mess up the curl that you put in at the end, and you still most definitely want that to show. So don't go too far down, still leave those curls out. And you guys can see like the difference in length in the back already between the piece that's banded and the piece that's not. Now we're going to do the exact same thing up here. And guys, like the front of my twist, the front of my hair is where I get a whole lot of shrinkage. Especially like around here, I get a whole lot of shrinkage. So we're gonna play with it a little bit, loosen it on up, be gentle, but just play with it around a little bit. One thing that you want to avoid is water. Do not put any water on your hair if you're trying to stretch. Water will only cause frizz and absolutely nothing else. So here we go again, starting at the root and then going on down. One more time. And boom. Then I'm going to start again with this one. And band on down. Now one thing that I also like to pay attention to is that the front of my hair is a tad bit shorter, like the very front right here. It's a little bit shorter than the back part. So it's really important for me to not band this all the way into this piece because it'll smush the ends up front. See how this is much shorter than this? So I'm not gonna band that all into one. I'm gonna keep it out. So these right here are kept out. And now I'm gonna just add one more band right here. And there's really not that much left to band over here, but I just wanna add one more because we can most definitely stretch it some more on it over here. And whenever you get to a point like this, just make your bands a little bit closer, like your loops, make them closer to each other so that the elastic won't be too long and go down too far. So I banded this entire side of my head and y'all can see like the length difference drastically already. So now I'm gonna go and do this side and be right back. So I have a little trick for you guys. So when I was banding my hair, I was realizing that the back of my hair was very, very thick. And if you guys remember on this side, when I put both of these into one, it was like kind of bubbly and bulky in certain areas. So that just made me think like maybe it's too much hair in that one. So I went ahead and did two in the back and then just one in the front. And as y'all can see, like it stretched much better. And since these two are different lengths, it wouldn't make, it wouldn't make sense, but it's better if they are separate because that way I can get like the full stretching of each section. So now I have 6 banded thingamajiggies, whatever you want to call them, in my head. So I'm gonna let this sit in my head overnight. And the main reason that you want to let it sit for a good amount of time is because the longer it sits, the more it's going to stretch. Because remember, you're stretching dry hair. So it's not like if you were stretching wet hair. Like wet hair is able to be managed and maneuvered easier. But with dry hair, you just gotta give it a little bit more time. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this stretch for a few hours, and I'm gonna come back. And also, y'all, this is a great way to work out. If you do work out and you go to the gym, you can easily just put these to the back in a ponytail like this. which is also something that I do pretty often. I just put them all the way back into a ponytail and get my workout in. So it's the alternative way to preserve your hair whenever you work out as well. So I'm going to come back in a few hours and we're going to see exactly how the stretching technique works. Alright, familia, so it's the next day, and honestly y'all, I left this in my hair for about like a whole day because I worked out, got some work done. I actually worked out twice with these bands, so this is most definitely a way to wear your hair and get like kill two birds with one stone kind of thing. Like get a workout in and be able to work out with your natural hair without it sweating out and everything, and also stretching it. So I highly do recommend this technique. So I went ahead and also flayed my edges, and now I'm gonna go and take off my jewelry before I go ahead and manipulate my hair. So now I'm gonna take my Glam Naturally oil again and just slightly put a few drops in my hand, just once again for the exact same purpose. I'm about to manipulate my hair, and then I'm gonna start in the back and go ahead and start banding. So let's see. Well, not banding, but undoing the band. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take these out. Nothing fancy. Also want to add that this is a bomb way to also stretch your wash and go. It's not just for a twist out, like a wash and go as well. I've stretched plenty like this also, and it's worked perfectly. Y'all, look how stretched this section is. That is crazy. Like the amount that I pulled it and stretched it to is exactly where it is once I take the bands out. And that is from one, stretching good, and two, leaving the bands in the hair for a while so it can like marinate basically. Wow, so this entire section is out and this is what it's looking like. It looks really, really good to me. Oh, sis, we got some length up in here. Wow. Okay, let me go ahead and do this side. Y'all, the length, right? This twist out is stretched all the way. And I haven't even fluffed it yet. This is just from me taking it out the bands. But this just goes to show a heatless way to stretch your twist outs. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the before picture right here, so we can compare and see the difference in the volume. And the definition is most definitely very much so still apparent. I actually like it better this way because it kind of gives like a voluminous, defined type of vibe, you feel me? Like I really do like this, but you guys can see the big difference in now versus before. So now that you guys have seen the angles, the volume, the definition, everything, let me know what you guys think about this method down in the comments below. Honestly, this is the only way that I stretch my hair. I don't really ever stretch my hair using heat. Unless it's like a wash and go and I'm trying to stretch it immediately after it dries. But other than that, I really just use this method and I really like it a lot. And you guys can also see like the length of the front of my hair. It was like up here before I started this stretching, so it most definitely makes a huge difference. Let me know what you guys think about my results in the comment section down below. I really appreciate you for tuning into your girl's video, okay? And y'all, the volume, once again, like the volume, the length. Highly recommend that you do more sections to band. Instead of doing like, I would have done 4 sections or 4 band-aid sections, I did 6. And I feel like that's also why I got a lot more length. So I highly do recommend that as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to your girl's video. Give it a thumbs up and I'm gonna see you guys in my next video.